This conference will now be recorded.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Be a special meeting. I need to kind of do some housekeeping, verbal housekeeping really quick to get us opened up. The governing body approved the consent agenda of the July 8th, 2024 City Council meeting that included the calling of a special City Council meeting of the City Council for August 28th, 2024 at 6 p.m. held at City Hall, 690 South 4th Street to consider resolutions calling a special election question. 3 members of our City Council have requested this special meeting in which we will address after public comment, considering resolution number 2024-07, a resolution approving a master plan for the physical development of all or a portion of the city in which includes public improvements, buildings, works, infrastructure, or facilities within the city. Consider resolution number 2024-08, a resolution calling a special question election in the city for the purpose of submitting to the qualified electors of the city the question of imposing a 0.5% special purpose retailer sales tax for the purpose of financing a portion of the cost to construct municipal facilities and authorizing issuance of general obligation bonds and giving notice of such election. And consider resolution 2024-09, a resolution calling for a special question election in the city for the purpose of submitting to the qualified electors of the city the question of imposing a 0.5% general purpose retailer sales tax and giving notice of such election. Okay, now to the business of the meeting. Item number 1 is request for comments from the public. Just like a regular meeting, if there's anyone who wants to share with us this evening, you have 3 minutes to get started. You'll give your name and address. When you're down to 30 seconds left, I'll give you a quick little friendly signal to wrap it up, and then we'll move on to anyone else who'd like to share with us this evening. The public comments are now open if anyone would like to share with us tonight.
Okay, Johnson, 1205 South of 102nd Terrace. So the City Hall thing, I'm all for it. If it came up to vote, I'd vote for it. And I'm kind of tend to agree with Councilman Malott about not really cutting back. I mean, if you're gonna improve the sales tax if it gets approved, I think the city should just do it right. Plenty of room for growth. The old fire station being used for the lawnmowers and the word that escaped me, but so and then possibly on the north side, an ambulance could be put up there one day in that deal. And then on the number 2, so is this just about the City Hall thing? Okay, then that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else for public comment this evening?
I understand you guys want new buildings and all that, but what about our streets? We have really horrible streets that all over the lake. I mean, even with stuff falling in. We have no drainage runoff north of Williamson Farms. And to me, taking care of the village streets, I mean, I have complained for at least 10 years now about buses driving through the corner of my yard. You know, you guys are supposed to take care of it. You guys come and put little holes in and they get knocked down, they still got in my yard. We have other things besides new buildings to take care of. Further about the drive on the street. I've already had to replace my shocks trying to go down is it Richmond? It's like a goat trail. I mean, we pay taxes and all that, and it seems like it's not going anywhere. We don't have a fire station anymore up there in case the train is down, blocking in to get to us, and something happens, we have to depend on KCK to come down and help us. Or the annex, or whatever you wanna call it, it used to be the old fire station, and now it's for storage, or equipment for the city. Which that's the reason why that was built, in case there was a fire or a medical emergency up there. And now, I understand why it was closed down, but what are we to do with it? Help can't get to us. And there's a lot of them that didn't want to come out today to speak because they were, so. I just think our streets need to be taken care of, and what we pay taxes for to get done, and it's not being done.
My name is Steve Johnson, 507 High Street. All I want to do is make sure that it's communicated to all residents what this is all about. I know the communication to me has been very poor unless I come to the meeting. And granted, we want everybody to come to the meeting, but if the vote was today, I wouldn't vote for this. But right now, even though the meetings I've attended and listened to how this is going to be put together, I can't see where we can afford it. So you got to make sure you communicate all of it in the city, letting us know exactly what's going on. And just by sending me a text, which I luckily signed up here at City Hall, I get the text, it was this morning, but I know my neighbors didn't get it. They don't know about it unless I would walk around and talk to them. Okay, thank you.
First of all, I'd like to, my name's Donnie Fernand, I'm 85 South 110. I'd like to second what the gentleman just said. There is a big communication gap in this town. And we've all been trying to work to replace the cheap newspaper that went bankrupt and so on and so forth. But the communication thing, it is really, really a sad situation, and it just drives me crazy that more people don't get out and vote on, especially the individual towns. But at any rate, first of all, I want to say I'm glad for the road work on Kansas Avenue, and I'm absolutely shocked that they included 110th Street South down the dead end. All the neighbors, nobody knew about it, and the sign didn't indicate it. We were just all shocked when they milled it today. At any rate, I'm here to speak again, one more time, the Northland Road repairs and the EMS fire operation, even if it's a micro operation at the old fire station, so we can get some service north of K32, because I don't have any confidence in KCK coming off State Avenue quick enough. Somebody needs oxygen. The residents I talked to, and I talked to a lot of them, all want these two items. They want the roads fixed, they want the fire station EMS operation up and running. I hear no desires to build any new shiny buildings. I don't disagree with you. I know what the police station's got going on. I know what the fire station's up against. I'm not saying that they're not needed. I'm just saying this is very bad timing on the residents. We are maxed out. We got taxes hitting us, we got food hitting us, fuel costs, insurance costs on the homes, everything's just cramming down on us. And they're just maxed out. So I'm not disagreeing with the need to do these things. I'm just saying this is the worst time. Hopefully maybe after the election, things will lighten up. But they aren't that way now. It's just not the priority of the residents. Everybody's budgets are tight with property taxes and so forth. They're just maxed out. The thing I'm hearing all the time now is I'm losing my home. I can't take the taxes. I can't take any more load. I'm hearing this every single day, and I've got a lot of connections in this county. People are losing their houses. This is a property tax crisis, and we just can't afford any more taxes of any sort. We don't disagree with your efforts and your deeds. At any time, this is just not the right time for 20 or 30 mil debt. It's time to fix the roads, it's time to get some EMS fire up there, which I know we own the building, we own the equipment. I know it's a personnel scheduling issue that has to be taken care of. I understand that, but it could be a micro operation. Please change your priorities to align with the Northland and all the other residents. Thank you for listening.
Anyone else for public comment this evening? Okay. Moving on to item number 2, consider resolution 2024-07, a resolution approving master plan for the physical development of all or a portion of the city, which includes public improvements, social services.
Mayor, thank you, Mayor, Council. If you recall, some 60 days ago, we passed charter ordinance number 24-02. In a sense, what that did was that if a master plan was submitted and that upon your approval and that we would have facilities included in that master plan and that said debt issued for any municipal buildings would then be exempt. Somewhat frames that whole thing. That protest period has expired, and now we've moved on to this particular agenda, which will accomplish essentially adopting the master plan and then move to ballot questions which speak to the bonding of 16 million for the facilities and the mechanisms to pay for that. There's 2 questions on, one question on a special sales tax and one question on a general sales tax. Now, very quickly, as part of the housekeeping, I set on your desk there, on the top, you have this resolution 2024-09. What that does, what it supplements, is the one that was in your packet that deals with the general sales tax. Did not have a sunset provision in it. Okay? So I'm doing this somewhat deliberately because we want to explain to you that typically there is some defined differences between a special sales tax and a general purpose sales tax. And what you have in the special is a sunset provision and a purpose. Okay? But in the general, it literally is a general, right? It says we're going to use it for general purposes of the city. It doesn't typically associate with a sunset provision because it makes it distinct between the special. That's really framing it up. That's how they become distinct, right? In a sense, though, it is not improper to put a sunset provision on the general purpose sales tax. And in discussions, we think that's a good tactic because it does tell the public that at some point we want this to come off the books. We want you to stop paying this because we should be paid, we should have these bonds paid for, and we should be able to move on and be in a very healthy position with not only our debt, but hopefully our general fund as well. So I'm giving you this option. Should you have the choice of considering the first submitted resolution or this one, which has the provision for a sunset of 20 years. Okay? So that's what you will be considering. And so I've given that to you, and you can make that choice when we get to that particular item. And so not to belabor any more of this background information, you have quite a bit before you. I have Tyler Ellsworth, who's our bond counsel. He and I worked diligently on this. He's did the heavy lifting, so I'm going to turn it over to him to give the presentation.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Mark, and good evening, Mayor and Council. I think he framed it up really well in terms of the 3 action items before you. The first action item in Resolution 2024-07 is consideration and approval of this master plan concept. As he mentioned, this master plan is based on the charter authority that we put in place 2 months ago that just became effective yesterday. That allows you to issue bonds for redevelopment of this area that includes City Hall and the fire station and the respective new police station, and importantly, allows you to issue those bonds in a way that doesn't count against your statutory deficit. And we've done that deliberately so that if the need arises through growth, through other needs of the city, that you have capacity to issue other debt if you need to, if the future council needs down the road. To my knowledge, even here, there's no plans to issue some additional debt that hasn't been disclosed to everyone. This is really just about preserving flexibility. So I think it's probably fair to leave it at that with respect to this resolution number 2024-07. I guess the only other item I would note is you approve this master plan by approving this resolution, but it of course is subject to approval at the ballot box. So the next two items go with it, and those are the questions on the sales tax. So happy to answer individual questions or any questions on 2024.
So just to clarify, the master plan that we would be adopting, if that passes this evening, should the residents not vote to pass the ballot measures, we can eliminate or adjust that as needed. So we're not putting an additional burden on our taxpayers, correct?
That's correct, and that's a very good question. That's correct.
And then my other question was how it's laid out, should both ballot measures pass, the special sales tax and the general sales tax? It's written up and we've done the financial research to make sure we are not putting an additional burden on our residential property tax. So I want to be able to tell our residents that their property taxes will not increase if these ballot measures pass, because the sales tax and the general tax will cover this cost. Is that correct?
That's right. And we worked with Piper Sandler, here, the city's financial advisor, and they prepared projections of what the half-cent special sales tax and half-cent general sales tax would generate. We also looked, I think that Mark can speak more to this, but there was an analysis done of what your existing levies were for the different things that you collect taxes for. So it's shuffling those around quite a bit. And having both of these half-cent sales taxes come in, the idea was to have to raise the city's total levy. Now that assumes the sales taxes come in as projected, but based on the projections, there should be no property tax impact to your city.
And so.
Okay, so this master plan, are we voting, is this gonna lock us in to the design of the buildings that they have already submitted?
It does not. It does not. There's a general description of the building, there's a general description, or rather, depiction of what the master plan layout would be, including the new city hall and police facility, support facility, and the addition of the fire station. But there's language in that master plan that says it's subject to final design and evaluation.
And the questions themselves, just to clarify, don't mention specific design. So what the authority of the voters would be giving the city is general restrictions on the type of facilities. So it's fair to say the master plan could be changed, or modified within the language of the ballot.
I think it could be modified within the language of the ballot. I do think that to this point, you all have identified and sort of articulated what the vision is, and if there are tweaks to that, we can do it. But I think if the voters say on November 5th, yes, let's move forward with this project, that we should all collectively expect that it would be substantially similar. So yeah, there is some flexibility there. Voters will. We've articulated what our vision is, what the various are.
Yeah, my main concern was the whole point of putting it on the ballot is to bring it to our residents for approval. So if they should approve part of it, that we'd be able to adapt to that and not be on the hook for the full amount to our plan that we're going to adopt. So I think that answers the question that ultimately will be asked to our constituents on the ballot, and then we can adjust it as needed.
Right, right. Their input on finalizing the product.
So also on this, one time, she told me we're gonna roll in the 5 million temporary bonds we have from Kansas. Yeah, Richland into this $18 million?
No, that's temporary debt that will become permanent debt by 2026. But it's all factored into our debt payment already.
So that's not gonna be part of the $18 million.
No, your 18 million right now is the cost estimation for the entire project. The master plan that's been presented, whether it's remodel, build a new, that's 18 million. We're bonding, we're asking for a bond measure that would be approved up to $16 million, right? And so that means we have cash on hand in various sources, for example, that we would put 2 million of our own money in.
None of this is gonna go to pay $5 million off for Richland, correct?
No, that's on a debt schedule already, and it will be converted from temporary notes to permanent finance, permanent bonds. We'll do that by, I think the schedule is 2026.
There are no other questions. It's for a motion to approve resolution 2024. Motion from Councilman Adcox, a second from Councilman Schreiber. Will the clerk please call?
Malat,
Yes.
Schreiber,
Yes.
Adcox,
Yes.
Mullen,
Yes.
Bishop,
Yes.
Item number 3 is consider resolution 2024-08. Resolution calling for a special question election in the city for the purpose of submitting the qualified electors of the city to question of imposing a 0.5% special purpose retail sales tax for the purpose of financing a portion of the cost to construct municipal facilities and authorizing the issuance of general obligation bonds and giving notice of such election. So my understanding, this is just approving it to go to the voters on the ballot for the sales tax. There are no questions. I'll hear a motion to approve resolution 2024-08.
Before we vote on this, I just wanted to emphasize, and I know that I think Mark keyed this up as well, and some of the comments from the public mentioned this as well, but I think that from a communication standpoint, it needs to be crystal clear that these two questions, even though they're separate, need to go together. Somebody says, well, I kind of support it and don't. It really doesn't do a whole lot of good for the city if somebody votes yes on one and no on the other. We could get that result, and there's some risk to doing that, but I think from a communication standpoint, either for, yes or vote, or not for it. So I wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, we have a couple of people say we need some communication and education on this instead of just a note.
I have a question. So if we put the special purpose retailer's tax on there, which I'm okay with, and then put the general purpose retailer tax on there, everybody I've heard from says this is a slush fund. It's not specific to anything. I know what you're saying,
Right.
but what I'm hearing from the community is, what do you guys want to spend this on? You tell them, well, it's not in the language, you know,
Well,
this language right here.
Right. It's not in that language, and that is part of, as Mark teed up, that's part of how it generates revenue. That has to be open-ended enough that you could spend it on not a specific fund. So that really is a fair question for the constituents. Now, I would say that if both of these questions are asked, you will be completing the project more or less as proposed to. You have an approximate $16 million bond issue out there. So you're gonna have that sort of required sales tax. There's not really gonna be an opportunity to convert it to other uses, but legally, could you?
Just if I was discussing the special sales tax, not the general sales
Yes,
tax.
sorry, that's, yes.
Yeah, but he said we're gonna combine both on the ballot.
No.
They're gonna be separate.
They are two
Yeah.
separate questions.
Question 1, question 2.
On the ballot.
Right. The communication from the city trying to educate voters about the choice needs to emphasize that even though there are two separate questions, really people need to think about it as a whole. So don't vote for one question and vote against the other. You want to vote in tandem with everybody.
Just for clarification, Mr. Bishop mentioned, that there was some difficulty with the language of one versus the other, and that maybe the general purpose wasn't defined well enough at what the purpose will be. You will see that the language in both of these questions are very, very similar. But what you'll see distinctly in the general purpose, it says, and other general purposes of the city. That is the change. So what you're saying here in the very first, this particular resolution, which is about the special sales tax, keep it simple, is that you're asking for the sales tax to pay for $16 million bond, not to exceed 16 million. That's what you're asking. Okay? And then the next question, as we get to it, it will say, we also want to use the general purpose for these same purposes of paying for this debt. But we also have a disclaimer in there that says, and we can use this money for other general purposes, because that's what it's truly defined to do. Right? So,
And that'll be the governing body's job to have that policy that this is all this money is.
the true difference when you read those, pledge, we pledge this money under the general sales tax. We pledge it to this project and paying the debt. Okay?
So maybe we have a motion, just waiting for a second on item 3. The motion from Councilman Adcox, the second from Councilman Schreiber. Will the clerk please call roll?
Malat,
Yes.
Schreiber,
Yes.
Adcox, Mullen, Bishop,
Yes.
Item number 3, consider resolution 2024-09, a resolution calling for a special question election in the city for the purpose of submitting to qualify electors in the city the question of imposing a 1.5% general purpose retailer sales tax being noticed of such election. In this particular one, I know that we've talked about the sunset on it. I personally feel like it would be beneficial, and it would be more likely to get support of our residents if we were putting a sunset on it, saying when in 20 years or when this 16 million or less bond is paid off, this will go away. So it's not an indefinite marriage to a tax for our residents. I personally think that's the way to do it.
Do we have some consensus from council that they'd like to consider the resolution 09 that has this language of sunset for 20-year period?
Or when that's paid off.
We've written it for 20 years. I don't think that we want to add the additional concept of when the debt is paid off, because that started to tie it to a special project. And yeah, so I think that comes too close to what would be special sales tax.
Are the bonds, 20-year bonds?
They're 20-year bonds.
Okay. That, I think that is what we're looking for. Yeah.
And one additional, I'm not the attorney, there's two of them, but the city council has the right to undo or stop this general sales tax, should they so choose to do so.
Yeah, and maybe a nuance there. So the original resolution and ballot language was a special sales tax that had no 20-year sunset. The version that's in the agenda by statute, the governing body, without that sunset, can terminate that general sales tax at any time by ordinance. The voters can approve the sales tax, the general sales tax. You, as the governing body, can say, it's time for us to approve. I don't know that I can answer for you definitively whether you've got that ability if you have the funds.
We can say no longer than 20 years.
Say that again.
We cannot say no longer than 20 years.
If you, I think there's just no legal authority. You're hard pressed to find. There is precedent, at least one precedent here in the area of a general sales tax that has a 20-year sunset, but there's really, other than one attorney general,
So just thinking through like the practicality of it, if we add this to the sunset and we know there's a 20-year guarantee, this is not, it's not indefinite marriage to a tax. The only reason we would eliminate that with a 20-year bond is if we have more revenue coming in. And so that means we would just leave the general sales tax as it is and lower our residents' property taxes, which is a win-win.
absolutely, because you've got that flexibility by virtue of the general sales tax is valid.
So, if there are no other questions, I'll, hear a motion, hopefully, to approve resolution 2024-09, including the sunset of 20 years. So moved. Second. Motion from Councilman Shriver, second from Councilman Adcox. Will you please call the roll?
Malat,
Yes.
Shriver,
Yes.
Adcox,
Yes.
Mullen, Bishop.
No.
Okay, that's it for this evening. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Thank you very much. Good job. Hey, Austin, here.